So I think this is live on YouTube now. So welcome to this hangout. I have a website called bitcoinmeetups.org, and I talk to a lot of people with ideas in the Bitcoin space, and also with some Ethereum developers and people who want to develop dApps. So I talk to people with ideas, and I talk to people with who can code the ideas, and also to some web designers and graphic designers. Hey, where is that noise coming from?
Oh no, because I'm on my balcony. There's a there's a fire station near my house, so that's
Uh,
why. Yeah, no, I'm not
okay.
in trouble right now.
Okay. So today I'm talking to 36 and he has
Yeah,
some.
yeah. My name's Ray, so you can call me Ray.
Okay, Ray.
Yeah,
Ray has some ideas about an insurance service on the blockchain that he would like to pitch, and I will present this video to some developers to see what they say afterwards. So, Ray, can you repeat sort of what you told me 20 minutes ago about your idea for an insurance app?
yeah, sure. So basically, like I look at the blockchain, it's sort of like a database. And so in an insurance company, the structure is pretty much the moment somebody buys the insurance, say you buy an insurance policy, that information goes to the insurer's database, and they have this they have this document queuing system. It's sort of like, you can go into the case, you can modify it, add notes. Underwriters can go in, add notes. Advisors, the person who sold the policy, can add notes in there. And then some of the technicians, so people keeping the maintenance for the records, they will go in and they may do some changes. And then on the back end of it, they have a SAP system which is linked to their bank account to do accounting. So all of this information can, the way I see it, could be, part of it would be on the blockchain, part of it would be still like server sided. Now, in the beginning, I was thinking of this idea as I'm sort of like, okay, so how do I build an insurance company onto the blockchain? And then that it's sort of like, okay, but you're not really doing anything different. You're just using your backend system is a little different. So then the next stage is like, okay, so can we build an insurance platform where people with different type of expertise can come in, and it's basically a plug and play. So somebody who wants to be an insurer needs to provide the required capital to fund their insurance company, which is based on this. And then they could reissue the policy to people who say, "Hey, I'm certified to sell insurance at whatever territory it is," and then you would have some legals registered on there as well. This could be like, say if a company in Canada would like to use that, they could use it. So it's basically like the system is there for them. But it could also be used for somebody who say like in India, and somewhere they might need like a micro insurance service. And I think the target would be more of those people than say the North Americans, because the distribution network, how the industry works in North America is already established. But in say second world country and people in development countries, like that's where I think this will play a big role.
All right, so this would be like micro insurance for everyone. Not it's not like a product which is aimed at businesses and corporations.
Yeah, so basically, like you need couple, like you need couple of basic requirements, sort of. Like you want to make sure that the insurance policy that they're creating is fair, and is actually, they have the capital to back that up. So if we do this over Bitcoin, that's very easy to verify. If this guy has a wallet where he sends the money onto the platform, and it is managed from there. From his perspective, that person then might be able to find somebody on the platform to say underwrite these policies in the area that you want to sell his insurance at. So yes, it's more geared towards the micro insurance people.
Yeah. So have you considered building something like this as a smart contract, for example, on Ethereum, or yeah? How about that?
So here's the thing where like I get iffy, right? So I don't know if say you could create like because you need a central hub, like you need a website, you need a website's name, so for people who have internet access they can go on there. Now if the backend, like that's the thing, right? For me the backend doesn't really matter to me, um, but it needs to be, you know, secured, and there need to be some sort of privacy features, some sort of, you know, some sort of like, okay, we're gonna take this and we'll put this into the archive, so if our database gets messed up we can take this out. Those
Yeah.
things needs to be in place, but if it's on, it works better on a smart contract platform, then so be it.
I think it could potentially save a lot of money and overhead in terms of administration and so on. I heard about an interesting new service. Well, it's not so new, but some guys are building something called IPFS, the Interplanetary File System. So that would be basically you can host a website pretty much as a torrent, but so you don't even need a server for the website. It
Uh-huh.
seems like everything is going in that direction. But
Right,
basically,
right, yeah.
yeah. Well, basically, you're saying you need a website, right? And you don't care about the back end.
Right.
So
No,
it,
I don't care about the backend, but from my understanding is that like if you want to do something like this, which is based on the blockchain, which I think the backbone of it needs to be some sort of a blockchain. Because I see, you know, like saving on overhead and also the efficiency of the system. But yeah, so but what blockchains is it on? Is it, you know, do we use a smart contract and stuff like that? Like that's open for discussion. Like I don't really have the technical knowledge and the background to make any comments on it.
yeah, I would say at the moment, Bitcoin definitely has the most users, right? And it has been
Yeah.
tested already for half a decade or almost.
Uh-huh.
But the most interesting development is with Ethereum at the moment, without a
Uh-huh.
doubt.
Right.
I'm not sure if those features can and will be implemented into the Bitcoin blockchain. But
Uh-huh.
the stuff we've been talking about in the Ethereum group, in the Ethereum DApp and service development group, is it sounds like it could be a good fit for your idea. So afterwards, I will try to pitch. I will send a link to this video to some of the guys if you don't mind, and see what
Sure.
they say about it. But are you planning to store a lot of data on the blockchain?
That's the other part. There needs to be some sort of way to kind of verify it, right? So you might not want to store the whole data on it because there's a lot of correspondence, there's a lot of files that you kind of need. Say for example, in North America, like if you apply for a normal insurance, they have, you know, your insurance application paper. All of that is going online as well. They have that information. They have, say for example, maybe your social security number in Canada. They might have a copy of your driver license. So all of those things, like I don't see that to be on a blockchain. But
Yeah.
some sort of timestamp, some sort of like way to verify that, you know, authenticity of that information.
Oh yeah, timestamping. Yeah, that's what the Factom guys are working on, but I don't have any contacts with them. I don't know if you heard about Factom, but
Yes, I have. Yeah.
yeah, I think that's what they have been working on specifically to make some kind of timestamp platform to verify that documents were created at a specific time. But
Uh huh.
probably you can do that with Ethereum anyway. I don't have any contacts with the Factom team.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, what do you need to get started? I mean, how much do you expect this to cost? I think you could have like a smart contract or adapt as a kind of it could take care of some of the administration for
Right.
you and do
Right.
it in a way that can
Right.
be provenly fair, so people can check your service. I mean,
Uh huh.
and check the contract, and they can see
Yeah.
that it's exactly what you say on the website, right?
Right.
So
So yeah, no, it's like the insurance like is not a very complicated business. It's sort of like, okay, you want to write an insurance, and say if you, like a very basic one would be life insurance, then but you need I think the difficult part would be finding the people who want to come on the platform. So there needs to be some sort of like coordination. So say for example somebody in North America who wants to fund an insurance business somewhere in India, but then you need people in India to go and see if this person is dead or alive, and he needs to provide that service for, he needs to be okay for doing that for this guy who wants to start, funding an insurance. So I think it's more that part, but in terms of what type of information you need on there, what type of um say mechanism to send money around, I feel that part it will be easy to handle until say you have a lot more people on the platform.
Right. So would people be paying for these insurances with fiat currencies or with cryptocurrencies?
I think it will make more sense with cryptocurrency, right? Because if the target market is in, developing countries, then that will make a lot more sense than try to figure out a way to say like, okay, if you can still pay me in fiat currency, I'm gonna convert it into Bitcoin and run the business that way. So I think
Mm,
right off the bat, just make it so that it's cryptocurrency. And if there's a need for it to adopt fiat, then I don't see why not.
well, yeah, I think I see what you mean. You sent me a message earlier, and you said you're envisioning an Uber-like platform with insurers, underwriters, actuaries, sales, and legal.
Uh-huh.
So you've been making some research about how Uber does these things. I don't think they accept Bitcoin directly at this point. I could be wrong,
Yeah.
or
No,
maybe
no,
they
they don't.
started.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
so and again, right? Like I feel like say if you're gonna implement this in North America and say, okay, we're gonna do this in North America, and a group of people who are, insurers, actuaries, legal, and sales is okay, we can come on this system. We're gonna operate this way. Then I think you need a way to exchange fiat. You need a way to handle fiat there.
maybe.
Um, but say like we want to implement this in a place where Bitcoin is more adopted, then we wouldn't care about the fiat option. We would do the Bitcoin option and let people do it that way. And if there's traction for say people who want to use fiat, then we'll do that. Because I
Yeah,
feel like that's like and the thing is this, right? Like I don't know at this point. If it gets to a stage where we find out that hey, you know what, it's actually easier to implement in North America. We just need to accept fiat. We can scratch the idea of using Bitcoin there, but the blockchain is still the backbone of this project. Then I don't see the problem for that neither.
yeah, no, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
So who would you like to talk to? You would like to talk to some developers or funders? Are you looking for investors or developers or both?
I think like right now it's just getting the idea clear. Like people might be able to ask me some like questions. I think in terms of talking to who I'd rather talk to a developer to get an idea of okay, so the system like at the company that people use, it usually comes around to about $50 million, $50 to $75 million for that system
Yeah.
package.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know how much this is going to cost, right? And the thing is, I have some idea, like it might be close to that. I don't know if having the blockchain and stuff like that, because you still sort of need like you still need some sort of like a technical group, like a technician group, like an IT group that kind of like watches this thing.
Yeah.
Because once it gets to like I don't know, like 500,000 policies, how are you gonna handle that?
Yeah.
And then there's a lot of communication going on. So I think you still need a group of people for doing this.
How would you go about settling of claims, for example? I mean, do you need like a big heap of people taking care of customer claims, and or would you outsource that, or how would that work?
Right. So the idea is that you provide the platform. That's it. We always provide the platform. Um, but then people might run their insurance business differently, right? So there's some basic, like you would have a basic structure for it. So then, like investors, they will be one group of people. Actuaries will be one group of people. Legal, sales, and underwriters. So those are like the major groups of people that you need. So then somebody who comes onto the platform, they can be a freelancer. So like a sales agent could be a freelancer.
Okay, I
The
see.
but the insurer might not. He can't be a freelancer. He just provides the capital to fund a specific product. right? And then
Okay.
you need an underwriter to works with him.
Yeah.
So a sales agent would say, hey, I sold this policy, and then the underwriter will go and say, okay, I need these information. I need all this information to tell you how much insurance is going to cost for this specific person.
Yeah.
And the role of an actuary, what he does is, say the insurer have, sold 10,000 policies for car insurance. So an actuary will come in and look at those 10,000 policies, monitor them, and figure out, okay, are we charging too little for insurance, or are we charging too much? Is there some sort of extraordinary event that's happening, because we're losing a lot of money here? So that's mainly his job. And the legal side will come in, and but that's the other thing. Like, the legal side will come in and say whether there's like a claim dispute, and things like that. But what we are providing is the software platform for this to happen.
Yeah. So it's a platform where these kind of professionals can meet, and for the customers as well, the end users.
Yes, yes,
Yeah, I see. So you will not actually get involved with the claims. Is that correct? You will just provide the
yeah,
platform.
yes. I wouldn't want to get involved in the claims.
Yeah, I can see that because that's a lot of manual work, right?
Uh huh.
So I'm just guessing here, but I'm guessing you could build this a lot more cheaply using new technologies than doing it the old-fashioned way. That tends to be
Yeah.
the case. I wouldn't be
Uh huh.
surprised if you could build this for 5% of the current cost of a similar system using legacy systems. So you might be onto something or not. I hope. I can find someone to give you some valid and constructive feedback on your service idea.
Yeah, no, that'd be great. Cause like, yeah, I think that's where I'm getting a little bit stuck. Cause there's the idea, and then the next step is like, okay, can we implement this? If that answer is yes, then how do we implement this, right? And then get a general answer for that, and how much it's gonna cost. Then I'll have a better idea to go out and say, okay, so this idea, we can implement this. This is how much it's gonna cost. And to whoever group of people might want to use this system, and
Mm,
they say, okay, I want to use this system. This sounds great. Then the next step is to go to actually, like, somebody who have a little bit of money to invest, and say, hey, we have this system. People want to use this. Can we have some money to build this? And then like, while doing all of that, you're trying to kind of gauge some interest from other groups, right?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah, that sounds like a plan. So if people want to get in touch with you, I will personally present this link to a group of about 100 smart contract developers and entrepreneurs in that space. But if someone hears this on YouTube and wants to get in touch with you, how can they go about?
You can add me on Skype. I don't know. It's my Skype name is 9 E's followed by the O, so eeeeeeeo.
Yeah.
It's easy to remember. Or send me an email. So my Gmail is dndbitcoin@gmail.com. So you can send me an email. Those are usually the ways I communicate.
Sure. Yeah, if you don't mind, I will put that in the information box of the YouTube video in the
Sure.
description.
Yeah.
Is there anything else, any other details you want to add about your idea for a new service?
No, no, that's it. No, this is actually really neat that you're doing this for people.
Yeah, I hope it can be useful. I've been having a lot of conversations like this over Skype, but increasingly of late, I've been feeling like it would be perhaps a good idea to record them because other people. I hear a lot of people pitching ideas, and I hear a lot of developers looking for ideas. So it's sometimes good to make a recording, obviously, so other people can give feedback on whatever we are discussing in these sessions.
Yeah, so is this like a part of your business that you want to do this, or is it just like you feel there's a value to have somebody doing this?
Well, I tend to speak to 1 to 2 people per day at the moment. So I feel personally, if I have an idea, I don't necessarily want to pitch it directly in a forum. Well, I can pitch it, but then I would at some point I want to talk to the developers a little bit to get an idea about whether we would get along or not. It's a bit hard to tell. You can send messages all day long, and in the end, maybe you won't get along in the first place. It's quicker when you talk to someone. You will realize pretty quickly if this is someone you can work with in the future.
Yeah.
So I guess that's the purpose. And since I'm doing it anyway, I'm figuring I might as well record some of these sessions in the future.
Uh-huh. Wow.
So
No, this is a neat idea.
yeah, yeah. I have a lot of ideas myself as well, but that could be the material for another discussion at some point.
Oh, okay. Cool. Sounds good.
So very nice talking to you, Ray. Is it Ray?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
very
it
nice.
is. Yeah, what's your name? I didn't catch it.
You can call me BM. I'm the owner of bitcoinmeetups.org.
Oh, okay. BM. Nice talking to you too, BM.
Very well. Have a nice day, Ray.
Okay, you too. Bye.
Bye.